pushed to where the movement hasn't trotted before, and people are going to hear this and be like, oh whoa, they're stretching, they're growing. But it's growth, it's movement, and it's taking comfort and solace in the fact that we don't have to chain ourselves down into trying to fit the mold of something that doesn't need to be there.
I'll keep on going.
There's just always been this sense of urgency and stress associated with the previous records, and this time it's like, you know, I feel like we can take our time. We've never written this many songs in a session before.
Everyone's taking 1 or 2 takes and just getting the initial vibe out, and most of the time it lands. I think that's why we're able to work so quick. That's probably why we were able to do 22 songs in 8 days, and that's a fierce pace. So it feels good to be in that environment and to like feel the energy of, wow, like the stove's hot.
It's different this time because like we didn't meet up and like rehearse and like write things together.
You know, we came here already with ideas and stuff to bring on the table, and what do you think of this, what do you think of that, and then it was kind of just diving right in. There was no stall.
The way we first started creating was remotely, so we didn't have studio setup where we were miking drums and doing all that. So everything we were doing was programmed with samples. Some of the samples are samples that I've made that are analog samples. So when we got to that point in the record making process where like, okay, these songs are sounding like tunes, but they're missing that analog magic.
For me, it was just like one of the first times where pre-production, I was already like, this is gonna be the best record ever. You know, usually I won't know until the like final mixes are coming and I'm like, all right, it's good. But this was, it was something special, already knowing going in how good it was gonna be. And now I'm even more stoked for it after, you know, having the amount of material that we have. You know, there's not like a sleeper song. It's rare for me to like, any song. Much less 22 songs in a row.
Okay. Gonna grab you on first chorus here. We started almost every tune having G hit drums first, and we would have him do a bunch of like quote unquote serious takes where he would lock to the beat verbatim and we'd keep it nice and tidy and clean. And then typically I'd have him go through and do like just animal take where he'd go kind of crazy throwing fills in that would be way too much for the actual final take, but probably when I go through and edit this stuff later, it'll, you know, I'll sort through all those takes, listen back and be like, oh damn, that's really cool, never would have thought of that.
I try not to go into making an album with any kind of competition, whether with anybody else or ourselves. And if I am gonna challenge or compete, it's only with myself.
Yeah, then maybe like a psst at the end of the phrase.
Okay, it ends right there?
Yeah, that's where the wind-up's happen then.
Gotcha. I wanna like strive to not try to make something better, but to make something new and fresh. We're not even thinking about the old records or what anybody else is doing, just what we like and what we feel is good. Expect nothing, gain everything. And that's kind of the vibe I get from what we do. Okay, let's do this. To inspire anybody else, just do you, do what's natural, don't be afraid. That's how great things come out, just open heart, open mind, and just going with it, not giving up. You'll be surprised what you pull out.
All we really need is for us. All we really need
Yes, Lion!
is for us.
And then while he was cutting drums, Jay would be sort of like in here feeling out bass lines. Usually by the time we were done with drum and bass, Hook had written a new tune out of nowhere. And we went in there, like, got our heads spun by the fact that he just wrote the next single.
We didn't have Goodwin on the last record. You know, we had Ross and Johnny, which just the force of those two were such a huge, you know, part of Ways of the World, and just ramped it up to a place it could never have been with, you know, just me, Gary, and Jay.
All of us now try to strive to be better at our craft and the production side.
I think the movement has always sort of been a hybrid of loving the analog sound, but also embracing the smack of digital samples.
Dramas and honestly don't need nothing to calm us down. This is real. I do it all for you. I do it all for you. Big borrow and steal. This is real. I do it all for you. I do it all for you. Big borrow and steal. Big borrow and steal. Big borrow and steal. Just the
Chemistry is just right, and when you get the four of us together, especially when you get the four of us together alone,
Yeah.
not only is
There's no boundaries.
yeah, there's no boundaries. And
Yeah.
not only is it like good chemistry in terms of making music, but it's good chemistry in terms of like, you know, that's family. That's just your brothers, and like anything goes, anything can be said, anything can be done. You know what I mean? And I was telling Goodwin earlier, there's nobody gonna be able to say after this record that, you know, we didn't try. You know what I mean? This is gonna be one for the ages, so I can't wait to see how it turns out.
I do it all for you. I do it all for you. Big borrow and steal.
Oh.